Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry I wasn't here for the testimony, so maybe some of these things have been answered. You know, if I were a CEO of a large corporation constantly being attacked, you know, from what I'm reading is I have limited capability of hitting back, correct? Yeah, that would be an itch that I really want to scratch, okay? And so, has there been any thought of creating, I mean, some of our corporations have billions and billions of dollars, you know, probably way more capable than we are, okay, in terms of resources, of creating some kind of a private government, you know, offensive team that would allow me to satisfy my itch, okay, and hit back at some of these people that are hitting me all the time. Has there been a thought to do that? Do we have something like that? Anybody can answer.
Sure. Thank you for the question, Congressman, and good to see you again. I think, importantly, JCDC does possess the ability to nominate campaigns and to nominate campaigns to those with Title 10 and Title 50 capabilities to be able to engage in appropriate activities, such as taking down adversary infrastructure, such as doing some sort of activity that would hopefully deter and change that behavior. And so I think that's the appropriate mechanism. So I think, if anything, this is something where there should be, as I noted in my written testimony, there should be something akin to a top 10, a most wanted list. Perhaps it's more than 10, but a most wanted list. And that's the mechanism by which companies, organizations, nonprofits, academia, those affected, those impacted, can work through JCDC, get those that have a high impact nominated, and then using existing capabilities can at a high tempo go after these sorts of adversaries.
So that we can control that who it is that we're going after. The government controls who we're going after. It's like a bounty. You're a bounty hunter.
It's a public-private collaboration.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Gimenez, if I could just expand on that, I think this is a significant issue and an important issue, and I think time to really address this particular matter. In addition to JCDC, the National Security Agency has its Cybersecurity Collaboration Center, which coordinates with the Defense Industrial Base. I think there is an opportunity to get to genuine operational collaboration. I don't want Yosemite Sam shooting all over the place, but at the end of the day, think about it as suppressive fire. Think about it in a football context. You have offense, you have defense, you have linebackers who blitz the adversary, the other team's quarterback. So all things said and done, I think we need to get to that point, and I think there are some authorities questions that need to be answered. But your itch is my itch, and it's been there for a long time.
I like your football analogy since I'm a big Kane fan, okay? And we're in the national.
I have two daughters who went to Miami, so I know they've got their NIL money.
Question that I have is that, you know, we have the criminal element that a lot of it's based overseas, a lot of it based in some adversarial countries. Do we have evidence that those adversarial countries are actually working with those criminal elements inside to hit us? And do we have any evidence that they actually get a cut of whatever it is that those criminal elements do get? Open-ended question. Anybody wish to answer?
I'll start on that one briefly. It's a complicated answer to what seems like a very straightforward question. In the sense of China, we are seeing more sort of popping up of criminal networks that seem to be, you know, government people who are moonlighting on the side at night doing criminal activity. But China's pretty locked down. You know, they like to control their people and what they're doing, so it's a sort of a tight ship that they run. Russia, on the other hand, is a very different story. We see more of an atmosphere where there's a commander's intent. You know, Putin wants this particular adversary to have problems. Go forth and make it happen. There's kind of a deal that happens between a lot of Russian criminal networks and the Russian state, where the Russian state says, you're going to operate outside of Russia, you're going to make life hard for our adversaries, we're going to ignore the criminal activity that you're doing and allow you to operate. But if you get cross with us, then we will come after you and arrest you on a moment's notice.
Do they get a cut?
I'm sorry?
Does the government get a cut of the profit of the criminal activity?
There's probably some interesting work to be done following the money there. I mean, in Russia in particular, there's a lot of corruption, right? So yes, you know, do you get a kickback for allowing criminal activity to go on? I would assume so. But you'd want somebody to really get in deep and follow the money there.
My final comment is going to be, if we continue just to play defense and play defense and play defense, we're just inviting attacks. And so we need to go on the offensive and really whack them. As hard as they whack us, we need to whack them twice as hard so that this stuff stops. And with that, my time is up, and I yield back. Thank you.